Welcome back to Ireland AM. The time is 9:17 and it's time to solve some of the dilemmas you have been sending in.
We've got the perfect person for it. Dr. Katriona O'Sullivan is here
Katriona.
to answer your dilemmas.
Hello.
Good morning, Katriona. Let's get straight into it. Right, first message in. I've recently come out of a 9-year relationship and for the first time in my adult life, I'm single. The problem is all of my friends are in long-term relationships, engaged, married or starting families. I find myself getting upset and even resentful when I'm around them, even though I know it's not their fault. I feel like I don't know how to be on my own. I can't relate to my friends the way I used to, and everyone seems to be moving forward while I'm standing still. How do I stop comparing myself to them and feel comfortable being single?
First things, I'm really sorry that the relationship's ended. It's really hard. The second thing is just to acknowledge themselves. They're actually grieving. They're not failing. Like, they're grieving probably a life that they planned for themselves and their partner. Sometimes it's important, like, what we say to ourselves and how we speak to ourselves in these particular situations. And I think in this situation, it's really important that she acknowledges that she's grieving something that she hoped would last for a long time. The other thing is, it's just to maybe be aware that she's comparing her darkest moments with probably their brightest moments. And just to be aware of that, like, it's not a fair comparison. No. Like, she's in the darkest point in her life, probably right now, and they're in the brightest point for them.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I just got a sense of, when she was talking about their marriage, children, that, like, being on your own is progress as well. Like, building a life on your own, being single, having fun, learning how to establish yourself as an individual person without a partner. Like, that's progress too. Like, we have these milestones that are so, I suppose, harmful in some ways. Like having a baby, getting married, being in a relationship, being on your own and being strong and capable on your own and being able to navigate the world on your own is also progress. So it's important to remember that. Look, lots of friendships have resentment in them. Like, resentment is sometimes normal. It's your action that counts. So you can feel resentful at your friends and actually recognise it's just because I'm where I'm at and it's not an action. What I would say, like, there's amazing women now out there who are building lives on their own online. Like, I follow people like Emma Keogh on Instagram. Like, she's like this woman, she's building a tribe of single women. So what I would suggest she does is just to try to find people who are like our own, are in our own position.
Because is it important to realise in this situation, her life, it has changed irrevocably at the moment, that there is a situation that for the next few years she might have nothing in common with her friends who are having babies, who are in relationships, and that resentment, you may come back together in the future.
Exactly.
But right now you're so different that it just mightn't work.
And you know what? I'm in a relationship a really long time. And I have a friend who's on her own and I kind of resent her as well. Like, I wouldn't be thinking that they're all, like, happy.
Yeah.
They might be looking at her and thinking, oh, my God, she's in a situation that maybe I want to be in. So I would actually suggest kind of chatting to some of her friends about it. Not in a way, not talking about, you've got this, I haven't, but more so, I feel a bit alone, I feel like I'm different, like I don't fit anymore, and asking them, because I guarantee if that conversation happens, there might be one or two of their friends who might say, oh God, I really envy you. You're in a position now where you're going to meet a new guy, you're going to get into a new relationship, you're going to have all them feels, but find your tribe. And remember, resentment in friendship is actually quite normal. It's the action that we take. So we can have resentment, we can have jealousy, we can have all these feelings, but it's what we do in the relationship that matters.
Saying something out loud, it is very important to actually talk to someone about it.
Yeah, very important.
This is the one that we have all been chatting about for the last while. One of my friends gets really upset whenever she's out with her boyfriend because she feels he's constantly looking at other women. It's gotten to the point where she dreads going out with him as she spends more time watching what he's doing than enjoying herself every time she brings it up. He says he's doing nothing wrong. She can't tell if he's being disrespectful or if her own insecurities are making the issue bigger than it is. Katriona.
So anyone who's read my book will know that I've struggled with jealousy, insecurity, where he's looking. For me, I think there's a difference between looking and appreciating a good-looking man or a woman when you're with your partner and ogling and going too far where they're, like, completely distracted by that other person or they're actually trying to get eye contact with the other person.
Well, that is different now. Yeah. Sorry,
so, like, I have the 3-look rule, personally. The 3-look rule. So 1 is two is an appreciation. 3, it's like, oh, it's going a bit far now. Like, if you're like it's like squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. And like personally, the thing in relationships is I don't think there's a right way for this. No. I think a couple have to decide what the boundaries are in their relationships. So you might actually have no problem at all. We talked about it. You don't have a problem with it at all.
And I would have no issue being like, oh my God, she's right. But we've got very different tastes, myself and my partner, which is he's just like, no, I prefer her. Do you know, we do talk about things like that. Whereas I think he would get more upset when I'm just like, isn't he beautiful?
But the reality is, this girl has insecurities. Tommy, come on.
Well, it's a hard one because as a fella, and it's an awkward one, what constitutes a third look. What about a prolonged one look?
Yeah, prolonged one look is too much too.
That's called a stare, darling.
That's a stare, and that's kind of weird.
Is it? Yeah.
Is it?
It's a hard one, I think.
But you know, if you get distracted I can often find myself getting distracted by, honestly, a woman in a gorgeous top and I can see her boobs and I'm just like, I'm like, oh my God, she looks amazing.
Yeah, but that's different. And if you're having a conversation about it, the two of you...
So what if I was to go like, oh, but that's ridiculous, you shouldn't be showing that sort of cleavage out there. Look at that top over there.
I think the bigger question for her, so first things first is, some people are more insecure than others in relationships. And as a couple, that's something to navigate together. So for her, I think it's really important that she owns her insecurities and says, I feel really threatened by this. Is there anything that we can do that I can feel less threatened by it? It's not like you're doing something wrong, but it's about owning it. I feel a bit insecure. And then deciding together what the boundaries are of the relationship. Like at the end of the day, if he's denying it and he is doing it, that's problematic as well.
It is. Like if he's constantly looking at other women, like that's a problem.
That is a problem.
You shouldn't be doing that. You're out with your girlfriend, you know, you should be respecting her and not going ogling everything else. Like it is an issue. She should bring it up.
I will share a funny story, and I've shared this in my book, so it's not actually that private. But when me and Dave got together, it was
a bestseller. It's not private.
It's not private. It's still a bestseller. We were driving along, and I would have had a massive issue with him looking at other women. I really find it disrespectful, personally. Yeah. I have this idea that the woman is thinking, I'm stupid because he's looking. Yeah. It's not even that he's looking. I'm like, she thinks I'm an idiot, that my fella's given her the eye. Yeah. So that's what goes on in my head. So one day, and he'd always deny it, and one day I said, why do you do it? And Dave just went, because I want to know that I can if I wanted to. And I was like, what? He actually said, yeah, I just want to know if I wanted to chat to her, would she look back at me? And then it was a possibility. I don't want... And I was like, oh my God, he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth.
Dave, there's truth.
And so this conversation has been like an argument point that we've returned to for many, many years. But I actually appreciated his honesty. It was kind of like, well, I'm not crazy. Yeah. Like, he does actually look and want it. So, look, the answer to this problem is this. Everybody's different, but you have to set the boundaries in your relationship. The most important thing is to ask this question. In the overall picture of your relationship, do you feel valued? Do you feel respected? Do you feel loved? If you ask that question, this thing becomes a lot smaller for a lot of people. Yeah. If the grand scheme you're happy, I would talk to him, set the boundaries, not in the middle of the fire, when you're outside of the fire, and see if you can talk about it honestly.
I'd like to say big up to Kenny, who had to lean back against a desk when he heard what Dave had said, and then also to Stephen, who had to turn around.
We have to keep on going because we're running out of time.
Can we just mention about liking people's Instagram
posts? That's another question. Right, go on then.
Well, so this came up in the discussion around research around this, about is this a bad thing to like someone's Instagram post? I'd love your views on that. If your partner was liking other people's Instagram posts... It
depends on the Instagram post, doesn't it?
Well, if they were sexy Instagram posts...
No, I don't think you should be liking other boys' or girls' Instagram posts.
What do you think?
I think it's a... I've never thought about it, because... I just
if they were friends and it's a reel and they've a load of different, one of the pictures was a fella with his top off, but he's at the pool. But if there's somebody like,
but if it's a thirst trap, that's weird.
Yeah, so this is it. So this is the young person's version of insecurity, and where it comes out is the liking of different posts. And what I've heard, so we might be in bars worried about it, they're worried about their partners liking on Instagram. And I think that's another point of discussion between a couple. They have to decide themselves what's okay. If a woman feels like, or a man feels like it's not okay, then they need to respect each other on that.
But if someone's keeping liking someone else's post and it's like every post they put up, they want to be noticed, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So that is an issue.
Yeah, but it's more the thirst trap posts that there's discussion on. There's discussion
and particularly if you're commenting on them.
We need to come back to this. We need a longer session.
Eyes, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, right. You don't do that. 0896 111 111.
Tommy's disabling all of his accounts.
We have so many questions to get to.
Really
Katrina,
bad.
you're absolutely amazing for sending them in, but we love discussing them as well. We're going to have you back for a whole show.
We'll get to them. There's so many to do, but that one took over.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
as ever, for joining us.
Thanks so much.